Who the fuck told this song to finish so quickly? There's an update to Twitch TV on the App Store. I don't give a fuck. Hold on, chat. Hold on. I'll be with you in a second. How about you show some patience? Now, why am I getting a pop-up over here for rewards enabled on channel? Subscribe to... Why is Discord here? And why can't I get rid of it? Click down. Oh, dismiss. Oh my god. It's gone. This is crazy. Hey, let's finalize this. Let's do this over here. Oh, it's here too. I don't know what the fuck this is doing in both of them, but how about you remove yourself, kid? Oh, don't look at this, chat. Don't look at this. Oh, let's look at this. How many tweets do we even have to go over? I think it's been like 9 days or something. I checked and it was 8 days recently. Oh, it's 11 days. Days go by fast when you're reading so much manga, chat. Couldn't be me. Anyway, let's close that. Stream tonight about Heavenly Delusion. What is that? I've read all the way up to where the anime ends, so the illiterate are welcome too. I don't know exactly when the stream will be. Well, it's now. I was watching a test match, Australia versus Tonga. Everybody understands. Now, we ended up doing a poll about what's going to happen next, and somehow the Great Fire Punch won. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but I guess the people out there, they love Fire Punch. Who knows if this is going on my channel yet? That's what EliteAri said on his stream recently. But we'll have to see. But apparently Mir has already been reading. I also saw Mir at that, what's that idiot? Yukimura. He was at the Yukimura meet and greet. I saw his tweet got 300 likes. It was crazy. Shut up, me. Oh my god, have I liked this yet? What do you think? Oh, I already did. Yikers. Android over here saying this is not fire. The thing I was looking for was this video. Did I like this one? Of course I did. Mia saying this is kind of like reading the Great Fire Punch, and I simply responded with the facts. You know, facts, you gotta stick with them, chat. But we'll talk about that later. Now, I don't think there's anything else to check out over here. The video, my great top 50 songs video, you know, just died. You know, no more views for that one. How many subscribers we got now? We'll be beating EliteAri in no time, don't worry, chat. Then we uploaded this great Die Buster discussion. Obviously, Die Buster, the greatest anime of all time. Much better than that Heavenly Delusion anime, I'll tell you that much. Now, we've also got Typhlosion saving Vaporeon like he's Piccolo. Get it? Because sex and Pokemon and stuff. Will we be talking about Pokemon leaks later? Who knows? Could we get in trouble for having the Pokemon leaks on our stream? Yeah. Do we give a fuck? No. Then we've got sexy pilot Skylar. This is incredible, and she's Hispanic confirmed. This is crazy. Do leaks confirm things? Now that's an interesting philosophical conversation for the canonicity of certain series, but we'll get into all of that later. Oh my god, chat, have a look at this.
A snake cannot eat a dragon.
We're just so prepared. He'll just resubscribe for the 19th month in a row. Everybody should be more like CeeLo Pilled. If Ava wins, y'all are pussies. That was me going crazy because Ava was winning at this point. Now, did this tweet stem the tides of fate? Who knows? EliteAri thought it was something else, but it couldn't have been whatever he thought it was. This isn't happening. This is, oh yeah, because Fire Punch was winning at the beginning too. You know, just the power of Fire Punch. Oh my god. This media is disabled in response to a report of a copyright owner. I didn't know Elon Musk was such a pussy and he would cuck out to the Game Freak. I don't even remember what this one was of. I guess maybe it was just the thread. Don't congratulate him, he's late. True. I've gone back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. True, that's the only other thing I've been doing besides reading Heavenly Delusion and not working on YouTube videos. Okar, by the way, I snatched your idea. What does that mean? Hold on, everybody. Oh my god, this is Bigly. We have to react to this, and I almost want to do it immediately. Oh my god, CeeLo Pilled is now a YouTuber just like everybody else. This is crazy. Is this the first video? It is. This is Bigly. Never in a... Oh my god, and in the we got Radiohead over here. We got a Pink Floyd look. Oh my god, what a great... He's already making great thumbnails. We've got yucky Death Grips over here. We don't like them. I don't recognize the other two, I don't think. So, you know, we'll have to get into this. Do we do... Now, chat, I had to spend about 10 minutes fucking with the goddamn microphone cord, so I don't know if it's working. I think the gain is good. It's probably still doing its thing where it cuts out all the time on our fucking streams nowadays. I hope it sounds okay. What else was I about to say? So the battery's a little bit more dead than we would like it to be this early into stream. We definitely have to talk about Heavenly Delusion, because I want to keep reading tonight, and I want to do a thing for where the anime people, I can get all their viewership. So, CeeLo Pilled, if we don't react to this stream, we'll do it next stream. Pokemon Legends Arceus, it was pretty great, and when I got to Volo, he had Cynthia's team, and for some reason I wasn't expecting this, and it was awesome, and then I heard the music, and I was like, oh, hold on, I recognize this music, and then I was like, oh, obviously it's the Cynthia music, you fucking retard. And it was just great. I probably played like 15 hours of Pokemon Legends Arceus in like the last week. Oh my god, this is over a week ago. It feels like I restarted that game like yesterday. Honestly, these last 2 days have gone very fast because of this bullshit. But we'll get into that bullshit in a second. Oh my god, what a great Trey Explainer tweet, where it's just this Denji meme thing that got made. Now we hate memes here, but this is a very deep A Song of Ice and Fire, A Feast for Crows reference. And it's also a Preston Jacobs reference, so, you know, we'll love them all the same. We've got Deoxys Crazy. Tamahiro's YouTube channel is 18 years old. This is Bigly. We've got Millie Alcock smoking a cigarette. Now, this was particularly to piss off EliteAri, because he likes smoking, but obviously he likes this, so, you know, I was just putting him in a conundrum. Oh my god, we've got Sports Ball. Everybody loves that. Heath is here. Now, chat, I need a rain check. Who has seen or read Heavenly Delusion up to the end of the anime / to the end of chapter 39 or something? I think I've actually read till 40. We need a yes, sir, I have seen it, or a no, sir, I have not. That's you guys. I don't think it will be a very interesting reaction. Well, CeeLo Pilled, it's happening anyway. Why don't you like Death Grips? It's okay to like Death Grips and Peggy Carr, you don't have to pick one. Because I listened to a Death Grips like twice and I didn't like it. But that's how I was with JPEG Mafia, as we all were. You know, I heard Baby I'm Bleeding and Real, and then that other word that we're not allowed to say. And I was like, ew, this doesn't sound very good. What's this? But then I listened to them like 5 times, and then it stops annoying you. It's like that clipping song where it's just an alarm clock beat. Except I don't think I ever really got over that one. I don't like that one. But it's like that. There was a period where I kind of liked that one. So, you know, remember Summertime by Clipping? What a great song. You like smoking, Kyle? Are you stupid? Miller the Killer is, I don't know if he's joking right now, but this is crazy. Miller, did you see EliteAri's stream where somebody confused with Ciclet / only remembered you one time when you were sarcastically defending Ciclet? That was very funny. Did you also see, he said a very anti-Miller the Killer thing that I remembered before I remembered the smoking thing that I was going to dob him in on, but I've forgotten it. Oh, Miller, I did your joke one time where EliteAri said something very obvious that everybody believes and then said, truly, everybody can't actually like it for this reason. And I said the great Miller the Killer. Yeah, nice bit, EliteAri. Miller's greatest bit ever, but there you go. Also, I don't think Miller's seen anything about Heavenly Delusion. This is crazy. Now, also, this is half spurred on by that prick Miller the Killer saying, oh, Fire Punch again, huh? It's going to be the most recent manga you've read. And I said, well, that might be a good point. But also, I just wanted to read Heavenly Delusion all by myself. And it's only got like 63 chapters or something. I'm halfway there. This is crazy. But anyway. Where are we up to? It's disgusting when I scroll through your Twitter and see that disgusting picture. I got him, chat. Don't worry. Worked as intended. No one has. No one has seen it. Nope. CeeLo hasn't. Well, EliteAri has, and the people at home have, because we're going to get 200 views on this video at least. 10 new subscribers, and EliteAri will be in our dust once again. Also, EliteAri's been very mean to me today, so he better start apologizing. Now, well, if you do react, I'll try and be there. Okay, just keep an eye on it or something if you don't want Heavenly Delusion spoilers. Thanks for the update, Carl. Much appreciated. Don't worry, Miller. I'm always here for you. Now, why are you reading an ongoing monthly manga? Are you stupid? Sounds great to me. Monthly manga are good. You know, they're not like these short little weekly nonsense where you get 10 pages or something and then Fujimoto tries to call it a chapter. Jesus fucking Christ. But anyway, we'll talk about Heavenly Delusion in a second. Oh my god, it's up here. We love scrolling through manga. That's what I thought EliteAri was making fun of me for when I saw his comment had scrolling in it. Now, let me zoom out here, because I'm going to need this. Oh, that's a little too far, so let me figure out where the plus button is on this piece of shit computer. I'll scroll up here. Oh my god, those are spoilers. You've just been spoilerized. Get ready for this, chat. Oh, I'm an artiste, chat. I'm an artiste. Oh, I have to be in the Discord thing to finish the bit. We'll go into collabs, because what if Miller the Killer joins and fucks now? Oh no, it's cropped. Is there one of them that isn't cropped? No, they're all cropped. Oh no, there is. There will be one that's not cropped. This one, right? Oh, genius. And then watch this, chat. Watch this. Oh, I'm a fucking god. I'm just the smartest young man there ever was. You think I was watching that test match and not being bored, chat? I had things to do. Oh, let's move this over a little bit. Just a little bit more over. A little bit more here, and then a little bit more here. We'll do a little thingy here, and I'm a terrorist, chat. Always have been. I hear they like those here on twitch.tv. Also, you're wrong. Any One Piece character would just convince Agni to turn off his regeneration and kill him. Well, that's a spoiler, Miller, so I don't like your tone, and I guess that means Miller might have started, or he hasn't started Fire Punch yet. But we're not talking about that in public anyway. Now, do I want to talk to Miller at all before the video comes out? What an interesting question for later. Now, are we ready, Shadow? Are we going to record a YouTube video? What, do you think this is just for stream content? Are you fucking crazy? Now, what do we do for an intro? Oh, I love how Twitch has these ugly banner ads that look like they're from a porn website, but hopefully that's making me a lot of money right now. Wait, is chat on screen? I don't think it is. Wait, yeah, it should be, huh? Here's chat. Oh, it's also on, like, the bottom, huh? So I have to drag it to the top if I want it to show up. So, Miller, if you ever realize that we're recording Chainsaw Man, because I'm going to forget to put this back on the bottom, you can type things in the Twitch chat and they'll show up. Now, let me just test. Oh my god, there it is. Don't worry, no one will say anything. Now, what does that mean? Oh, in chat? True. Actually, that's a good idea. You know, I just want to make this fucking chat smaller. You know, what are we doing here? So fucking big. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna do an intro now. Let me take a drink. Well, what a surprise, everybody. I bet you didn't see this one coming. This wasn't on the bingo card for 2024, except it probably was, because remember, like months ago or something, I did a video on the secondary ENT channel that some of you might remember. Now, I'm bringing it up now to recall if it actually was this year or if it was last year. It might have been last year. Anyway, earlier in the year, I started 3 manga. And by started, I meant I read the first chapter of 3 manga. It was Zombie 100. What a great first chapter. I think we said we liked that one the best. We did Dan Da Dan, you know, that very popular show that we knew about before it was popular back then. I ended up reading like 2.5 chapters of that one because I liked it so much. But I think I still like Zombie 100 more. But Dan Da Dan chapters was shorter, so that was probably my motivation, etc. I'm a smart boy. And then there was this like one chapter of this one thing that was boring and lame. It was called like Heavenly Delusion or something. But then we said, oh, this was like half a chapter. What was this? And then the great comments. Wait, I should find who said it because they might be watching again now. And they might appreciate, you know, oh my god, 6 months ago, it was this year. I just found the video. Oh my god, 140 views. We're famous. Oh, I didn't like the video. Or maybe, well, there's no other comment here. So somebody must have said it in stream chat. It was probably Heath or something. But anyway. It turns out that the first 2 chapters of Heavenly Delusion are supposed to be read together, and that makes a lot of sense now that I've read them both together. And flash forward nowadays, and I've over about the last 2 days, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 days, read 39 or 40 chapters maybe of Heavenly Delusion. Now I am yet to watch the anime. So this is designed for me to suck up the viewership from all the anime onlys too. So if you're an anime only, you're safe here. You're safe with me, baby. I don't think I know any spoilers outside of this. I did know a lot of spoilers going in, but that was just because I heard an idiot named EliteAri talk about the first season of the anime. So there won't be any spoilers going forward, even though the chapters I've read do have some stuff that aren't covered in the anime. It's only 1 chapter later, so even if I slip up, it's not going to be a big deal. But anyways, where do we begin here today? You're safe, is what I'm saying. Anime. I will probably, let's talk about the anime first. Everybody loves this anime, or maybe not. Because what happens is I know about this mostly because EliteAri yaps about this. You know, it's still his favorite thing he's watched this year. I went back and I even re-listened to his whole digest review of this. It was like 40 minutes long or something. I thought this happened like last year at some point, but it turns out it was like February of this year. So I think it's still at the very top of EliteAri's favorite things of this year that he's consumed. Embarrassing, frankly. But I'm not going to watch some shitty anime. Instead, I'm going to read the great manga, of course, which we obviously started back with that old video. So I was always going to continue that. It's just faster. I generally like manga better. It's just the right decision. I went in and I really hadn't given much thought about watching the anime. I'm like, maybe I'll do it eventually. Even if it's just a prod EliteAri, because I tell them all the things that are wrong with it. People generally very much like this anime. I think even the manga people do. And then as I was getting closer, and especially when I had the idea to do this video / stream, we are live right now, crazy. I was like, maybe I'll watch the first episode before this, which I haven't done. I haven't done anything. I have watched the OP because EliteAri did complain about one specific section of the OP, where they become like video game characters or something. And I was like, well, I gotta see this. And this also I don't know if they cut this scene from the anime, but there is a scene where Maru is playing. Now I'm gonna fuck up these names, chat. You better not expect me to get them right. I don't know who Isa Mitika is, but I've never heard of her. Now, there's a scene where Maru's playing a game, and it's clearly from that, but maybe they cut that out of the anime, or maybe EliteAri understands that and still dislikes it anyway. Anyway, so I've seen the OP. I don't know, there was a weird-looking art style and stuff. I don't think that's the art style of the actual show, because I did go on Disney Plus to skim through the final episode just to make sure, like, what they included and what they didn't from at least a little skim. And it wasn't the same art style. But anyway. The only other note on the anime is in those thumbnails they have on Disney Plus, they had the pictures of the kids in the uniforms, and they were, like, red, and I was like, ew, yuck. Take me back to black and white. So, obviously, anime bad. This anime point was leading up to something. As I was getting further through it, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll stop after I catch up to the anime and then watch the anime. But then I had a brighter idea. I'm like, I'll probably just finish the manga and then watch the anime. Because then it'll be like, there'll be like 2 days between me finishing this content and then seeing it animated. But also, I'm not going to watch the anime fast. Are you kidding me? So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Or maybe I'll get bored with the manga and be like, I'll watch an anime episode. Or maybe I'll watch one episode after this because I'm curious, and etc., etc. EliteAri says, this is the greatest directed thing I've ever seen in my life. That's his voice. You know it, chat. Oh my god, EliteAri's right here. Hello, YouTube. He's not watching the anime. True, EliteAri's fuming with me today. He was very mean to me, and I think it's all derived from the fact that I chose to do the manga, which wasn't even to spite him, even though I probably should have thought about spiting him by doing it, because that would have been funny. But he's taken it harshly, chat. And he knows. He's already given up. I will say I have a few notes here from EliteAri's discussion where he was very defeatist in all regards when reviewing Heavenly Delusion. He's like, I just love it so much. But, the second season's gonna suck. And the manga sucks too. I read one thing and it didn't have the dramaticism that I liked. And he said some other things. I was like, Jesus, for something that EliteAri likes so much, he sure is a doomer out here. And he's been messaging me, you're going to hate it. If you didn't like the Great Chainsaw Man anime, there's no way you're going to like this one, etc., etc. So there's two ways I can go with this, chat. I can either watch it and like it just to spite him and throw him off, or I can watch it and hate it just to feed into it, but then it'd still piss him off even though he was right, and he would get no glee out of being right. So, I can do anything, chat, and it'll piss him off. So that means I'll probably have not a unique interaction with it. I'll tell you, I have a unique interaction with this manga after he spoiled everything for me, but that's besides the point. A genuine interaction with this anime, because either way, I could be pissing him off or not pissing him off. We'll just continue. Now, ready to continue. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to read more right after this, so I'm going to be way into the future, and I wanted to cut this off again so most people could watch it, and then we'll get with the anime people. Now, I have thought, what a conundrum. If I catch up and then I start doing monthly reviews for this, how do I handle the thumbnail situation in order to not spoil EliteAri? First of all, I can't make him make the thumbnails for me. That's a big issue. Number two, what if I put something big and dramatic, or anything could be a spoiler? EliteAri's going to unsubscribe from secondary ENT. This is going to be crazy. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There were some crossing bridges in this thing, I think. They went on a raft at one point. The SS Kiriko. I remember things. If EliteAri hadn't said a bunch of these names in that review, I would be fucking them up right now, but I'm a genius. Seems like the anime ended in an awkward spot is the last thing I have to say. Yeah. I guess maybe we'll talk about that later. Maybe I'll cut this little half a dot point and make it its own dot point and put it at the bottom here. So we can go back to that. Because there are light spoilers that I'll probably get into right at the end because it's slightly past the anime. So well, I guess saving them for the end is a good idea. Now, to continue the EliteAri meta discussion before we actually talk about Heavenly Delusion, I will go in saying, I didn't think I was spoiled on much, but it turned out I was spoiled on everything. So I don't really have many aha moments, and it would have been interesting to go in blind. So the two things I knew was like, I guess the three things I knew was, the girl is actually a boy, and I'm pretty sure I've seen anime footage of like her touching herself and being like, oh, sexy, huh? And then I didn't remember that it was specifically their own sister. I knew at some point that like somebody that had protected them when they were a boy rapes them as a girl, which ended up being the climax of rape joke of the whole Kiriko storyline. And then I was also spoiled on the Hime and the Shiro thingy. Where it was like, they were in the past, but they're in the future. Which I guess comes with the other spoiler that I knew that the kids' stuff was in the past, even though they were clearly trying to portray it. And by they, I mean the author, because again, this is manga by one person. They were clearly trying to position you through all the framing devices to think it was happening simultaneously. There's even a big climactic moment about halfway through the chapters where Maru and Kiriko get to what we assume to be the Takihara Academy. Look, it's on the page right here. I wonder how they do this page in the anime. I bet they do it lame, because anime's lame and stuff. And you're like, oh my god. Well, I wasn't, because I knew the answer, but I'd be like, you probably think this is where the two storylines are going to cross over. But they don't. And it is soft revealed, because it's never explicitly hard revealed, though you would probably have to be a moron to not figure it out. That Dr. Usugiji or whatever is Shiro. I think that's his name, and I think that's his other name. Who knows? First person to ever read Taka as Taki. First person ever to read Taka as Taki. Did I fuck up a name or something? I don't know. Or does that mean something else? Who knows what he was talking about, Chad? Ignore him, or he'll explain himself. Now, what was I up to? Don't distract me, Heath. Soft reveal of the future and stuff. So I was spoiled on everything. I thought EliteAri didn't go into everything, but then it's pretty obvious he would have when it was only a 13-episode anime. This didn't... Well, it did hamper my experience in a sense, but it didn't make it any worse. Because EliteAri also talked about how, in his review, that he had watched it twice. So obviously going into the big emotional moment in the middle with the suicide and everything, obviously I understood. And I was like, this is pretty cool, bro. The hairs on my chinny chin chin, they were standing up. So it sort of gave me the kind of reread lens the first time through. Also, I remember everything, by the way, so, I remembered all these spoilers. There were things, maybe I wouldn't have, some people wouldn't have remembered all these things, but I did. Everything EliteAri says, it goes up here, chat. I'm pointing to my brain right now. Get it, brains, Heavenly Delusion. I wanted to transition into something there, but transition, Heavenly Delusion. But I got distracted by a funny tangent. I've also seen EliteAri react to some videos, and I was half tempted to try and find the stream, because I know the Robin rape scene later is very controversial, and it's like a common thing for people to say, Heavenly Delusion was perfect until that Robin scene, and it was terrible. Now, maybe the anime goes way over the top with it or something, but everything EliteAri said in his review, I was like, yeah, that's pretty true. Because obviously I knew that was happening, and I thought it was going to be like, oh, he's like abandoned, and he jumps out and attacks them at some point and rapes her, and he doesn't know, and like, oh, what a dramatically ironic, tragic tragedy. But and then it ended up being way worse. He like knew and everything, and then it turned into like a cuck slash self rape situation with the little brother through the mirror being like, "Don't fuck my girlfriend," but the girlfriend was actually him. It was crazy. But anyway, what an interesting rape scene, you know. It's actually such a good like idea that I feel like it might have been the conceit for the whole show, or at least the body swap Kiriko portion of the I call it a show, can you believe that, of the manga, where it's like, wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened? And that's like the impetus for creating the whole manga, and then everything followed from that. But I have no inkling into the creation process. I guess I haven't said. I thought Heavenly, so far, it's not like a 10 out of 10 or nothing, but obviously I read it very fast, so it's very intriguing. And even with the spoilers, I was like, oh my god, how are we going to get there? And obviously moving forward, I've got no idea, so I'm very excited. You know, we just met this other girl, but that's in part of the stuff I'm not allowed to talk about, and it's like, oh, what's going to happen here? It'll be interesting if I compare like the first half and the second half and be like, oh, I actually like the second half better. It might just be for the simple element of I didn't know or didn't know everything, and I can test my intelligence to see if I saw all this coming. But anyway, that's all the I guess the background stuff. Thinking about the doctor dude is pretty smart though. Oh yeah, EliteAri totally figured out that the doctor dude that's in the past is actually the doctor dude from the present, and I hadn't thought about that. Though when his head gets split open at one point when like the earthquake happens, which, oh, I nearly said one of the things I wasn't supposed to say because we get some more context of what the earthquake is in part of the part I'm not allowed to talk about. Which is weird that they didn't include that in the last episode. Weird. In fact, I think it'll make EliteAri like the ending a little bit less when he gets to the next part, but again, no spoilers, at least until I say explicitly. Especially one of the implications, EliteAri's not going to like that at all. He was so correct. How did he know that he wasn't going to like the second season much? But he, at some point, his head gets split open and he puts a bandana on, and it was clearly like, I felt in that moment that I was failing for not recognizing that this was a character from earlier. But obviously the character we meet that's the Doctor in the future has different colored hair. But then Kiriko has a conversation at some point about why her hair probably changed color was because if you are stressed or something, or you go through a traumatic event, your hair grows back differently, and that's definitely what happened to this Doctor dude. And then if you look at if you remove the hair and just look at like the mouth shape, it's very clearly that guy. So EliteAri is very smart for that. He didn't bring up the kid thing, which he was then making fun of me for. I don't know why. Maru or whatever is clearly Tokyo's kid, or the one that doesn't get petrified at the end with Tokyo. Can you believe Tokyo was a girl the entire time? That was the plot twist of the century. EliteAri also didn't bring that up. So maybe the anime has her with a little girl voice and it's obvious, but that would be stupid. Fuck off, Creative Cloud. We don't need you right now. The way he laid everything out did make the series feel less mysterious, which means I'm not getting my Attack on Titan replacement. I should have read One Piece instead. True. EliteAri at the end is like, oh, well, this kind of could have been an ending because you can kind of figure out all the mysteries if you think about it for a second. And it made me realize that there wasn't that many overarching mysteries still left. And I was like, well, that sucks. Shut up, EliteAri, you moron. And obviously, one of the original reasons I think I was like very interested in putting Heavenly Delusion on the original 3 things I was reading is because, making theory videos is the greatest feeling you can have in the world. You remember my great Attack on Titan theories? I'm pretty sure they were all 100% correct. And I was looking for a replacement for that because Heavenly Delusion is like a mystery show. But right now, I don't know if there's too many mysteries. And I also saw a Reddit post. No, it was a response underneath the EliteAri video, where it was Jockey Bacon, who apparently has seen Heavenly Delusion too. He was talking to a guy about how long he thinks the manga is going to be, and that guy said that the manga is probably only going to be like 90 chapters, so we've only got like 30 more chapters to go. But these mangaka, they're always wrong, so maybe we got 40 chapters to go. But again, this is a monthly series, it seems. Also seems to come out at the end of the month around Vinland Saga time, so that's crazy. So manga are always wrong, but maybe by the time I catch up, all the mysteries will be done, and there will be no great theory videos to make, and I'll be so sad. But if I wanted a mystery series that I could make theory videos on, One Piece is there. So but maybe we got to think of others. But I don't know any other big mystery manga at the moment. Maybe Heath will shout a million of us out, because the other big ones are like the one with the sword and the fish or something. That's the next big thing according to the Great Mother's Basement. There's Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's finished, I think. And then there's I don't know any other manga, Dan to Dan, but I don't think that's much of a mystery. The Great Chainsaw Man, we got to figure that out if we reread it, but I don't want to. Anyway, I need a mystery replacement, goddammit, and nothing will ever be as good as Attack on Titan. I touched on this slightly, but Ari did talk about it feeling dramatic and prestige, which is funny because I liked the funny quaintness of it. This is similar to Chainsaw Man, which is very funny. So EliteAri's talking about how he tried to read the manga, but it didn't feel the same. And he didn't use the words dramatic or prestigious, but it was a word that meant kind of those things. And I can't remember, and I could have gone back to look, but I didn't want to. And it was very much not the vibe I got from the manga at all. And if that's anything to go by, maybe I'm not going to like the tone of this anime adaptation at all, just like I didn't like the Chainsaw Man one. Maybe EliteAri was a prophet 3 out of 3 times here. I haven't actually been keeping count how many times he's been a prophet. EliteAri would also, and now this is another thing that's like Chainsaw Man, and I'm going to choose to think, what I'm going to blame this on is manga being inherently, like, funny. And that the fact that, like, obviously comics originally are in newspapers and they're little funny 4-panel thingies, and that's the origin of comics, and that origin bleeds through into all the comics. And that's why they're all kind of funny. Even Berserk has fourth wall breaking funniness at some points, and everybody's got funny reactions and stuff. And that's why I think Heavenly Controller, oh, that's not the first time we fucked that up before. That's all you think about when you hear Heavenly Delusion originally, right? Heavenly Controller, the great YouTuber who no longer exists. Oh my god, EliteAri saying something, everybody calm down. Who knew this would be a review of EliteAri? Well, it's my first dot point, EliteAri. What a Miller the killer comment. You're becoming just like him. Kill yourself. What was I saying? Oh, so manga, it's inherently a little bit more funny. And that's why when EliteAri's talking about all these dramatic, sad things, I'm like, shut up, EliteAri, you idiot. It's funny, just like in Chainsaw Man. And I'm going to choose to blame that rather than me, and me thinking everything's funny. Now, obviously, Heavenly Controller is a lot more serious than Chainsaw Man, okay? I'm not going that far. But, the only thing that I thought was seriously sad was the suicide moment with, Shiro, or whatever his name is, and Himine. I think that's how EliteAri said the name. Obviously the best character in Heavenly Delusion, by the way. And I think that's who EliteAri said his favorite character was too, so that's crazy. Remember when she has all those nice interactions with the sunglasses girl? Crazy. Obviously that's very sad and serious, but there were other things where EliteAri was like, oh, that's so sad, and I was like, no, that was kind of funny. But I can't remember what the examples were. What else is sad? Obviously, the rape scene is pretty fucked up. It's not too depressing or anything. Berserk up. All right? Man up. Let's stop pretending here. Fuck, what else is a dark thing? There was one particularly that wasn't too dark. EliteAri was freaking out about, sort of everything in the heaven place. It's never explicitly too fucked up. And then when the granny reveals that she's, crazy, it's kind of funny. And she's, over the top and everything. And I think maybe that was something to do with it, but whatever. That's the end of our EliteAri discussion here, chat. The rest of it is not very much, though. I don't have too many other notes. My first one here is Tokyo is a girl who's fucking with the cameras, which was something EliteAri lightly addressed, but I think I have a different opinion than him. So yeah, totally thought Tokyo was a boy the whole time, and then she's naked having sex with that older boy. Let me think. It's 4 letters. I can't remember. Who gets her pregnant, and you're like, well, this is crazy. Because they were actually fucking, and it's weird. Also, Tokyo then is supposed to be older than the Great Hotel King, the second best character in I nearly said Chainsaw Man, in Heavenly Delusion. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Tokyo in my head was 8 years old. And the Hotel King, the first time I saw her, I thought she was an adult woman. But anyway, that's crazy. Is it even a mystery? I thought that AI was obviously the one messing with the cameras. Well, that seems to be what EliteAri thinks too. But I was like, I thought Tokyo was doing it unintentionally, because the whole time we're like thinking, like a big bit of the speculation is like, what is Tokyo's gift? Like everybody else is really good. Like the one girl's good at dancing and climbing. The one dude's really athletic. The one girl's really good at swimming. The et cetera, art and whatever. And the Himine or whatever can see the future slightly, et cetera, et cetera. And so I was like, Tokyo's is going to be something slightly more metaphorical about love or something. And somehow like the cameras were fucking up. Because then EliteAri was saying that it was the AI, or was EliteAri saying that it was the alien-looking girl? Because I think the alien-looking girl might be like haunting the place and might be like a spiritual enemy of like the AI. But also the AI wasn't framed as that evil in the manga, at least. I don't know if in the anime the first time you see it there's a big dramatic sound effect or something, but it had like that funny joke at the table one time where it was like oddly personable. Now obviously that's like the robot does oddly personable thing as like a trope, and it was cute and funny. It definitely seems like the AI could be set up to be the big bad in the end. But in the part that I'm not allowed to talk about, there's a hint to a misdirect in the ending there, so I can't really talk about that too much. Stupid anime, should have adapted the whole fucking thing, you know? But so I thought it was like Tokyo doing it inadvertently somehow with the cameras. But it could be the AI or the alien girl ghost haunting them or something. Other than that, these are all miscellaneous notes. I think I'll skip this one and go. The other story, the Not Heaven story, feels very Last of Us 1-y, which is very interesting. And obviously there are pretty clear parallels. It's like two people, and the kind of older one and the younger one, and protecting them and going through this journey. Another thing EliteAri said in his thingy was, and he likened it to Mushoku Tensei, which, disgusting. Where he was like, the world feels very alive and lived in. Which it is true, because they go to like all these little towns, and there's a bunch of little towns, and then there's a bunch of littler towns, and there's a bunch of towns with a bunch of like shops and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, we've been to so many towns. Like, this is crazy. If you did a world map or something, this is very fleshed out, and all of the towns, especially in the manga, have a million little signs up where you spend like 5 minutes reading all the little post-it notes that are on the thing. And like the natural wealth operation thingy here is like a whole manga page, which is really cool. It's like something you would see in like a normal book. I don't think I've ever seen it in a manga where it's just like the pamphlet and it's printed out and you can read it. It's like a whole page. That was really cool. Oh my god, let's look at all of our images we have up here. We've just got generic the two of them hanging out, and then we've got the cute Ashura baby alien girl and the drawing boy holding hands. Cutest moment I ever saw. Don't mind me making art here. So yeah, the little towns were neat at every turn. There was a million little posters on like the pin-up boards that you could pause and read, and it would say a bunch of different things. It was pretty cool. World building is well done, even if it's like, I think it's all just throwaway, like, cool ideas at the time. I don't think we're going to go back to any of those cities and have like a big like, oh my god, if you remember, this place had the video game place, and if we go back there or something. Now, EliteAri did make a good point. Every other chat, like, they do it a bunch of times. They're like, I wonder what that Hotel King is doing. It's like, clearly we're going to get back to that character. But none of the others seem like we're going to return to them, except for the baby dude, who killed that one dude and then ran off. But maybe that's just the end of his story. That's interesting. The whole baby, like, conclusion was very odd, where it's like, the baby is somehow a thingy. I think I just figured out a pattern. So the baby's mum, the implication that you've sort of got to figure back is that the baby's mum is probably one of the girls from the, from heaven. And she, like, they got hung up and, like, killed horribly. So I wonder if we're never going to meet any of them, except for the doctor. Like, any of the characters from that, and they're all going to be fucked up and killed. It's possible that it could have been the black-haired girl. And we've also got to see a bunch of the other ones. Fuck, I can't say anymore. God damn it. Like, 3 extra pages they should have adapted, and we could have talked about it more. But I think that might be possible, and then every time, like, we're never going to meet any of them, or maybe we meet one in the end, and we'll be like, they've just all been killed. So maybe we'll go back to that character. But I don't think we're going back to, like, the group that the bear attacked. Again. But anyway, clever. The world building is also almost more admirable if it's never revisited again. Because, worlds are lame, but little details are cool. Then I just have the Shuro Mimi Hime moment where, oh my god, it's like I figured it, obviously I knew that it was them, so I was like reading it the first time. There's something about, there's something particularly like tragic about getting a message from people that are dead. But like that they sent while they were alive, but they're after dead. Obviously Misato gets that voicemail from Kaji, and that's a little different. But here, Shiro realizing that she sent a message like, oh, thank you for this, thank you for that. It's literally the Ace moment where Ace says, thank you for loving me, and that's like, oh, that's the saddest fucking thing of all time. I'm crying right now. But for real, that sort of thank you thing, as they're dying, terrible. Hits you in the heart every time. And they did that here. It's also like I had a very similar moment where I was leaving New Zealand for the first time, texting my girlfriend, and I was like, oh, the plane's going off now. I won't be able to talk to you for like 3 hours. And you send the message and you're like, goodbye. But then you still have internet for a little bit while, so you say something else, and then you say goodbye again, and she says goodbye back, and you're crying and stuff, and it's so sad. And it's just like, oh. And then you land and you see that there's a message that didn't go through before you went up in the air, and it's like, oh. It's something that hits you in the little heart. I think that moment was probably the highlight. I think it will be very fun if I watch this nonsense anime. If figuring out when the reactors figure this out. I don't know if any of them have done Heavenly Delusion reactions, but it seems like a good one for reactions. It could be. I feel like maybe in the anime you only realize it at the moment where she gives him the button after they've escaped. The manga does a lot of match cuts where it's like, oh, if you know what's happening, this is pretty like obvious. But maybe it would completely fly over my head if I wasn't clued into all this stuff. So I think I probably would have figured it out before that, but I'm a genius and stuff, so what the fuck do I know? Well, I guess you see the pendant that they leave, and then eventually when you see the gun for the first time in the past, you would be like, oh, it's the gun from here. Oh my god, I figured it out. But also, as soon as I saw her, even as like the cut up corpse, well, she was not a corpse yet. Like her eyes looked similar, but there's no way I would have got that without the EliteAri spoilers. Heath is saying, I know the Reddit theory is that the Ice Baby's mum was one of the lesbian kids from heaven. That would make sense if because it's a couple of them. If they were both that, and they'd gotten there, because they seemed oddly, I don't know, something about them was oddly cruel, even though they were just kissing and stuff. And also because they were gay, it made it more obvious that I thought Tokyo and the dying kid were gay, but then Tokyo was a girl anyway. But yeah, that could be right. Isn't Mimi Hime the coolest name ever? It's pretty alright. It gets a 7 out of 10 on the coolness scale. It's no Kyle Entertainment, I'll tell you that much. It's so on the nose like a My Hero Academia character. Now, what were we just talking about? Oh, the fact that the two of them are the thingies? There's no way you figure it out immediately, right? I don't know. Heath's a genius over here. Also, didn't Heath say before he hadn't seen the show or something? What's going on? Let me scroll back up in the chat. No one has. I guess that doesn't mean he didn't. But that's what he said. The next note I have is I know the Robin scene is controversial. I just want to see YouTube videos complaining about it because I think it'll be very funny. And I know EliteAri reacted to one time, and I want to know which stream it was, but nobody knows the answer to that question. And do I really have the patience to scroll through a bunch of old EliteAri VODs to go and rewatch him watching Heavenly Delusion videos. I know he nearly watched one on a recent stream. He should have watched it. Especially now that I can't be spoiled. I'm going to be the one spoiling soon enough. I don't have too much else written down here. A favorite character / moment, I guess I already went over that. It's Mimi Hime, obviously the coolest character, and the coolest moment is her fucking dying. there is an inherent tragedy, and I think this is part of. Oh no, this is part of this note here. I said I'm such a shipper. Obviously, you're most invested in Mimi Hime because she maybe doesn't send a nude to Shiro out of nowhere of her in the shower. And I was like, oh my god, they're going to ship these two? This is crazy. And, I'm just sitting there waiting for all the romance. And there's kind of a lot of romance in the show in a lot of different directions. All the ones in the present suck because they're weirdly inhibited by the whole gender swap thing we've got going on. But obviously, Maru should have been in love with the great Hotel King. And now he's found a new love interest, but we're not allowed to talk about that. What an interesting, that's the biggest mystery, is how do they resolve the Maru being in love with Kiriko thing? Because it kind of, at the end of the Robin thing, seemed like it was going to double down into... Oh, the end of that is like, oh, Kiriko dies or something, and he still loves her in the end, but he doesn't end up with her because, or one of them dies before the end. Oh my god, what a plot point it's going to be when Maru starts getting the marks and stuff, but we figure out how to save him because we find the doctor or something. That's going to be crazy. How tense it'll be. So how they resolve that'll be interesting, and also how they resolve the identity crisis that Kiriko is going through. Because they kind of set it up to just be, oh, it is the little brother just in the sister's body. But then they start doing all your memories aren't in your brain. Like, her Ia had a memory, and it was, like, of him lying down. It's like, oh, so maybe it is partially the sister. And I don't know they'll lean into that. It is very interesting because it is expressly not doing any trans stuff, but it could end up doing it. And then that could end up being controversial because it would be sort of like a forced trans issue, and it would be another those Japanese trying to do trans stuff and not getting it quite right, just like Yukimura before him and whoever else has done it. But then who's to say the Western understanding of gender and gender transitioning stuff is correct and not the Japanese model? Who knows? It's all very interesting. We'll see how all this develops. I could see it going either way on both regards. And obviously, when you're super invested in it, Hime and Shiro being in love and stuff, but then you're like, oh no, we saw how it ended, and it didn't end good. And it's like, oh, it takes the wind out of your sails in two regards. Like, they're fucking dead, but also we never get to see it. But then maybe we are going to get to see it, but I'm not allowed to talk about that yet. What was the last thingy? Seems like the anime ended in an awkward spot. Well, I already said that, didn't I? But the shipping is interesting because I definitely didn't think the older boy was going to fuck Tokyo, but then he just ended up doing it, which was wacky. So you didn't even get to ship anything there. But anyway, lots of shipping going on, me. Everything should just be a romance show. That's the only good part of anything. No, Mimi Hime means like ear princess. Now, what is that in response to? It is funny that you just... there's two little, design recontextualizations where... And again, maybe the anime makes it more obvious that she's got fucking weird-looking ears. But I feel like there's a specific reveal, 17 chapters in, when things have already gotten a little bit more wacky and we understand. Maybe we've already seen Asa at some point. But you're like, oh my god, these aren't just normal kids. What's going on here? This one looks a little weird. It's got fucking ears. What's going on? And obviously the other one is that Tokyo is a fucking girl. What's going on? Main character can't be a girl. Except Kiriko's totally the main character, bro. But he's not even a girl. It's crazy. Is there anything else I want to touch on before we wrap things up? Remember there was that old lady, and she thought her son was the man-eater or something, but it turns out the man-eater might be kids. Now that's just crazy. And obviously that dude was drawing the fish, but I remember EliteAri talking about that, so I wasn't surprised when the fish showed up. And also he gave it to the one girl that could climb, and that was probably the girl that was the thingy. But that girl's cool. I wanted to see her in the future, but we already killed her. That sucks. It just makes it more tragic, EliteAri did talk about all the Promised Neverland kind of similarities, which are definitely there, especially in the Heaven storyline. I guess I could do the spoiler bit now. because that'll lead to a lot more speculation than what we're left with. But I'm not doing it yet because I'm just fishing to see if there's anything else to speak on. Really, the driving force is the intrigue at the moment. The characters are all pretty good. I don't think any of them are like standout characters at this point. I like Kiriko. I like Maru. I like Tokyo. I like all the main characters. There's no one that annoys me. But the characters aren't especially great or anything like that. And it is very good on the intrigue moment to moment. Like, especially those first few chapters, there was a lot of like, oh, their motivation for this is actually revealed. And then there's actually a second twist. And there's a third twist. And it's like, oh, this is crazy. This is very clearly thought out and stuff. And like, well, that's very nice. But other than that, I don't know. I'll have to wait until I finish, I guess, to give any sort of a score. Like, I have literally no idea. Like, do I give it a 7? That seems to be understating the issue, especially how much fun I'm having reading it. But to give it like a 9 or something, I don't know if it's done anything truly exceptional yet. So do we land on like an 8? And I guess, but like, what's going on here? But like, that seems to put a damper on the mood of things. Am I going to have a million different, more interesting, more invested interactions now that I don't know what the fuck's going on? That'll be something to keep an eye on. Now, before I do all this spoiler nonsense, I'm probably going to read this quick, so we'll probably be back within the week to do a full... I've caught up. Oh, by the time I get caught up, there'll probably be like a new chapter out. That'll be crazy. Maybe I'll catch up before then, and then I'll get to cover the new chapter too. Now, that'll all be crazy if that's the case. Or before the end of the week. Well, not the end of this week. But before 7 days has expired. But yeah, so if you're a little virgin pussy, get the fuck out of here. We're going to be talking about great, like the chapter and a half of spoilers and all the speculation I can do. I'm going to be doing it in 3, 2, 1. Come back in 5 minutes. Now, EliteAri's not going to like the fact that Shiro and Mimi Hime are still in the story, it looks like, because they and the other couple get shipped off seemingly to the city at the end of it, and it seems like civilization hasn't collapsed yet, which is very interesting, because it seems like obviously you're supposed to think, because by the time like things start going wrong at Haven, you're supposed to think, oh, because you've realized it's the past by that point, at least I'm pretty sure. So you're like, oh, this is obviously the event where like the world ends. But it seems like that's not going to happen yet. And it seems like all those kids are going to get to interact with the real world before it gets destroyed, which is very interesting. And something I haven't brought up until this point that's kind of annoying, and I probably definitely should have brought up earlier, is that it's slightly futuristic, right? Because the world seems to have, like, we had all these robots before the world ended to make everything easier. And they've got, like, the guns and stuff like that. So that'll all be interesting to see if we see it through the eyes of those 4 characters. Knowing where Shiro and Mimi Hime end up might undercut some of the emotion of anything they'll get into. But maybe not. But then maybe I've been thinking a million ways to retcon it in my head just because I want them to be okay. I'm like, well, they got brain transplants and the characters we actually saw die were different characters, and so the ones that we like can still live on or something. But maybe we'll just follow them until Mimi Hime gets sick, and then that'll be a big tragic moment, etc., etc. Maybe the girl is the kid's mum, the one that goes off with at the end, the other couple with the athletic dude. I think she's the swimmer. Maybe that dude is literally the guy with the baby because they're both tall. I don't know. Probably not, though. And then they would have seen each other, but that's probably not the case. Though I guess it's his kid, so he could have passed on the gene. So maybe that's the case. That's funny. It's not entirely impossible. He didn't recognize the kid with Tokyo's face, though. Also, to talk about the love interest thing, the hell girl that's just been introduced, it's really cool and cute, that we're shipping the great Maru with. It'll be interesting to whether or not she's just a one-off character. Like, this seems like the part where we could introduce a third companion, but we haven't been doing that yet. So either And Maru seems to be, like, brushing her off, like he's not interested in her at all. I wonder if he'll have a Deji moment where he realizes that he likes all girls and that he doesn't have one itis just for Kiriko, and that men are all treacherous, cheating liars. Or if he'll be an iron-willed good protagonist or something. We'll have to see. I'm very interested in how that goes out. I know there's only one more chapter called, like, Hell Girl or something, so I wonder if that'll be wrapped up by then and she'll already be gone. I could see her, like, dying or something too. But we'll have to see on all those fronts. But yes, them getting shipped off on the boat, and also, so there's still, what I assumed was that by the time I caught up to the anime, the Heaven plot would be, like, finished. I don't know if the Heaven plot is somehow, and it could very easily still be going, even in, like, for the whole manga, which is very interesting, something I didn't see coming, so I'm interested to see how that all plays out. And again, I'm not spoiled on any of this stuff, so I'm a little excited. But I think outside of that, that's probably everything I have to say. I definitely could have gone into more detail on a bunch of small little moments. Like, remember when they fought the fish, and wasn't that crazy? And the weed, bro, the weed killed the fish. That was excellent. And then that woman and her little thingy, and how it's kind of interesting that not everybody seems to be a crazy person that's going to kill you. And it was actually, like, the civilized place that ended up raping our girl. It was kind of handled with the Casca situation, where it's like, oh, she gets like molested a bunch of times, and like Maru is like scarily handsy with her in that one scene where he's like wants to touch her boobs and stuff, and then later that other dude touches her boobs, and you're like, oh, this is kind of gross. And because I knew where it was going, I was like, ugh. And also at the very beginning, the first like dudes they meet that try to hold them up, that they use their ray gun on the first time, like, oh my god, it's a girl. There's like a live girl there. We're gonna rape the shit out of her. So it's kind of teasing it the whole way, but maybe we're past that now. But, you know, we kept teasing Casca rapes even after the rape happened, so who knows. But yippee, I think that is everything. I think we'll probably have a much better non-EliteAri infested, both in the spoilies he feeds me and the responding to the things he says review when we catch up fully. Now, maybe I'll hit a milestone where I'm like, oh my god, I got to talk about chapter 71. This is crazy. And I'll come back and we'll do a partial thing. Wait, we're not even up to 70. We're on like 20-something. Anyway, not 21-something, 60-something. Anyway, we'll see. You'll know. It'll be in your sub feed. And also, I guess I'll try and keep the spoilers to a minimum. With the thumbnails moving forward. Alright, that's our Heavenly Controller anime, not anime review. This has been crazy. Support link in the description below. Thanks. Crazy. Somebody tell everybody to come back. I don't know who's going to say it, but you can back now. Hopefully they look on the screen and realize that things are different. Nope. Oh, that's scary. That's not what we wanted. Do I say, come back in chat here? And then we'll just hit him with a spoiler right away. We got a goddamn CeeLo Pilled video to react to, I think. How long is this video? He got 10 minutes. Mine was like 9 minutes, CeeLo Pilled. Get a clue. Coward left the voice channel. Oh, EliteAri wants to join. Everybody hold on. Got something to say, EliteAri? How about you say it to my face, pussy? What the hell is Heavenly Controller? That's an old YouTuber. That was very, very, very popular anime YouTuber for a long time. Me and Miller know all about it. Now, let's check the OBS to see if EliteAri's here. Oh, he's not. How long do we give him until he shows up? You know? Does he want to curse me of certain things? Does he want to watch the great CeeLo Pilled video with me? We'll never know. Now, let's just see what CeeLo Pilled's got at the beginning, you know? What Radiohead song is he going to choose? What Pink Floyd song is he going to choose? This is all crazy. Oh my god, he's got sound effects, and it's his first video as of 2024. Good point. You're not allowed to call me pretentious nerd because I made a joke here first. Because I made the joke here first. True. Get ahead of that criticism. EliteAri hates music. It is true. This is pretty pretentious if ever I've seen one. But I have no idea what this is. The real reason behind Pokemon's decline. Pokemon's great decline, you know? Isn't it magic? Man, reading all the leaks, I've been like, I was half looking at Pokemon Legends Arceus videos just because I was like, not enough people are talking about this goddamn video game. and like every review is full of just retarded points, and I'm just like, I have to make reviewing every Pokemon game. They each have to be 9 hours long because these idiots just don't get it. I cannot let Jockey Bacon stand. Now, is EliteAri here yet? Because if he's not here yet, we're leaving the goddamn call. Kyle, your stream is very laggy. That's what EliteAri tells me sometimes, but I don't know how to fix it. Maybe it's because we're in this call that EliteAri... Oh my god, EliteAri's here.
What?
Good evening, EliteAri. Are we super laggy?
Good evening.
That's what Pild is telling me.
I don't know. See, apparently, that's what he said. But
is it just the
I
video,
didn't want to
maybe?
interrupt the reaction. I wanted you to react to the Pild thing. My goodness.
You wanted to help me react, right? Do you want me to stream
No,
this?
I hate music. No.
Okay, so you just want to sit here. You've got nothing to say about Heavenly Delusion that you want to punch me for?
Oh, I do.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I do, but...
Wait, hold on, hold on, just first. So to clarify if it's just the video or if it's the stream overall. Go ahead, EliteAri. We're recording. The people watching the VOD now, they're fine.
Okay. Firstly, look at your Wi-Fi. It's so low. Oh my god.
Yeah, it keeps going
secondly,
down.
what was I going to say? I don't actually, you know what? I don't have anything to say. Well done. I'm glad you liked it. Isn't that pretty I can't believe it, actually. It's pretty crazy.
So, were you just super duper scared I was going to dislike it? I was just checking the internet, so I put the stream starting soon thing on. The stream all over. The bubbles are very jumpy. Bubbles? What is that? Oh.
I don't
like
know.
our little icons. They're very jumpy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking here on my screen. It looks okay. Anyway, what were you saying? Oh, why were you such a meanie to me today, EliteAri? Because you thought I was going to hate it?
Because because I am 100% confident. Firstly, now that you said that you're going to wait till you're done with the manga to watch it, I'm like 90% confident you're not actually going to watch it because you're going to forget.
Oh,
but second to that,
good point.
I'm pretty sure that you're also, it's going to be, I'm telling you, it's going to be the exact same thing with Chainsaw Man. You're going to watch it and you're going to think, this isn't the same, this is different.
Definitely.
I don't like it. Which is exactly that's basically what I thought when I started reading the manga. So if I had that reaction to a manga, and I'm much more charitable than you, I don't think you're going to be charitable at all.
Hey, I'm very charitable.
Yeah, okay, maybe. But
I can't help it if Chainsaw Man was a generationally terrible anime.
Yeah, maybe.
When's that guy making a new one so we can judge it
right?
objectively?
Well, there is a movie. Yeah, true. It's coming soon.
No, guy, not the shitty Chainsaw Man. Your favorite director.
The guy?
Your favorite director, EliteAri.
Oh, Ryu Nakayama. Yes,
that guy,
yes. He'll make something. He has his own studio. Like, he made it, yeah, pretty crazy.
Well, did he bring up his mail, see if they've announced it yet?
There's no need. When it comes, people will tell me, I'm sure, on stream.
Heath, we're counting on you. Now,
Yep.
How is my pronunciation?
So impressive. I feel like I must have informed you, because how could you possibly?
Absolutely did, you fucking moron.
yeah, because I
was it
know
actually
that, like,
Shiro?
Because
that's what you were saying.
No way yeah, it was. Yeah,
I feel
well
like it's
done.
like Shino or something, but that's a Naruto.
I mean, yeah.
I
mean, I watched the dub in fairness, so maybe the dub's wrong.
Oh,
but,
we got to talk about this. Should I watch now on Disney Plus? Do they only have the dub?
I actually have no idea, but there's no way that they only have the dub. So
okay,
I would say probably not. Almost.
Well, now I have a choice, EliteAri. This sucks.
Yeah.
Now, for
I don't know. I'd say the dub. Dub was good.
I was going to try and watch a dub to see if modern dubs truly do suck, or if just my 2019 opinion is everlasting. You know, I don't believe many of the things I believed back then. Now, but I had parameters, EliteAri. I don't remember what they were though. And you're supposed to remember for me, you know.
I mean, if I were to guess, it has to be like an adaptation, because it can't just be like, oh, some seminal anime in the history of anime that I'm gonna watch dubbed.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I was
way.
thinking like a modern one, because I don't want to watch something I actually want to watch in the sub, in the dub, and miss out on the sub.
I mean, you should just watch this dub, because Bacon watched the dub, and then he told me to watch it dubbed, and then I watched it dubbed, and now you can be like the third in that chain, where I'll be like, Kyle, watch it dubbed, then you watch it dubbed. Yeah.
Now, it's still.
But you're not actually watching it. There's no way.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I can't watch it subbed. Like, I can't go, oh, I'll watch episode 1 sub and then episode 2 dub, because then I'll just compare them, and it'll just be like, it'll be the grandson of the manga to anime shitting on, then the anime sub to anime dub shitting on. Maybe I'd do it the opposite direction.
Yep.
I don't know.
You do you, buddy.
My mind. No, just tell me what to do. Just like key me.
Here's a genius idea. Why don't you do a Twitter poll and get them to decide?
No, because I just won't listen.
Why don't you do a stream poll then for your loyal fans who are listening right now?
Well, I'm not going to listen to them either. Hold on. I was going to thank you for the idea and the song you put me onto in the list, but I forgot. Oh my god, there should have been a little text pop up. Now we're going flat, so we're going to have to watch CeeLo Pild's great song list next stream. But, you know, let me just... I don't want to scroll through and
Can you believe it? CeeLo Pild, a YouTuber now? That's crazy.
A YouTuber? Are you subscribed to EliteAri? He's got 35 subscribers.
I actually am not. Maybe I should. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. I'll see.
You just don't.
What are these spoilers for Heavenly Delusion? My goodness.
Oh yeah, what do I do about that? Man? I'll just have to find like Kiriko images and make that the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Well, what's your idea?
You know what? No, completely unrelated. I just had a thought. Was there fan service in the manga, or is that just an anime element?
Yeah, I think so. Like it was there was like a weird build up to seeing Kiriko naked, and I think the first time you see her naked is in the rape scene. But like whenever she's having a bath, like she's just covering herself. But the you see, I don't know if the anime probably censored this, but you see Tokyo completely naked when she goes to have sex with.
Oh no!
That's how it's like revealed she's a girl, is because she has boobs.
I think it's a pretty similar reveal. But I don't think that I don't think there's any actual nudity in the. I mean, not that I remember. Maybe there is, but I don't think there's any actual nudity
in the show.
It gets very close though. I think. Yeah, in the show. Yeah.
You also saw the Hotel King's nipples when she was trying to fuck Maru.
Yeah. Okay. No, none of that.
And you also see, I think, well, you don't see it, but it's implied that his penis is inside her, so that's pretty cool.
Jesus. Okay.
Well, he like tries to pin her down, but then they're in a doggy style position. Now that's sexy. Now she's 13, EliteAri. Why would you say that? Now, there was another thing. Oh, did they cut him playing the video game? Because that's what's in the OP that you hated.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have to rewatch it again to find out. Yeah.
We can watch it together, EliteAri. Get in the Discord.
Yeah, very funny.
Sync it up.
Yeah. I mean, it could be your first
Disney
reaction
Plus.
series.
Can you believe that? Anyway, the great broadcast news, a movie you're gonna spin eventually. That's on Disney Plus, so you know I had to have it. How many episodes into that Yuri show are you, EliteAri? Tell us.
I've seen one episode.
Isn't it like super long or something?
Yes.
Right out of the Mushoku Tensei fire into the frying pan, or I think it's the other way around.
We're not done yet. I'm also consuming Mushoku Tensei at the same time.
You gotta learn about dragons.
We're getting there.
I bet it's an Orsted backstory one. How interesting. Am I right?
Maybe. I guess we'll have to see.
And then there's like redundancy or something. What's that?
It's just the best part of Mushoku Tensei. But we'll see as well.
When Rudy
oh my goodness, latest video is doing so well.
Made redundant at his job.
That is that's an interesting theory. Well, what's the actual English title for the series?
Jobless reincarnation. Oh yeah, he gets a job. Redundancy. He lost his job. Whoa, this is crazy.
Interesting.
I'll have to think on that. We're waiting. Now, in your stream, somebody said, they're doing 2 anime before Mushoku Tensei. Was it Heath?
Yep.
Can you believe
I don't know.
Oh, you just don't remember your chat.
I can believe it, because I've given up on Studio Bind. They're no longer one of my favorite studios.
Yeah, EliteAri did say that, because Season 2 was just so bad.
Yeah, so above average, but like way below Season 1, so I didn't like it.
What a liar.
Yep. Season 2 of One Punch Man all over again. And Bacon disagreed. Can you believe it?
True. I can't believe Bacon's an intelligent
he did that on point. Yeah.
But aren't you supposed to like things that people dislike the animation of, but you're just a Mushoku Tensei hater? So you're going to say Uzumaki episode 2 is good, but not Mushoku Tensei season 2?
So when there's a controversial opinion that I have, I will make it clear. But when there's like a big controversy that's going on, it just makes me absolutely have to engage with it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to agree or disagree. I just have to, because I'm drawn in, by controversy. So there you go. I don't know if that answers anything. Is that AOC? I thought that was AOC for a second. That's crazy.
Olivia Rodrigo, EliteAri, the great pop star of our generation. She's younger than me, EliteAri. Should I kill myself?
No.
This is Chappelle Rowan
Anyway.
or whatever. She's actually better than this girl over here, but she's probably like your age, so we don't have to kill ourselves.
All right, well.
Yeah, pretty good.
Looks like a Dune cosplay.
Now this down here, this is the Beatles, EliteAri. They're all dead, except they're not, but they're very old.
Yeah, they were in Doctor Who. It was awesome. They sung a song.
This song over here is in Mad Men. Can you believe that? Crazy.
Oh, Heath is an anime fan? That's crazy. I mean, that's not that crazy.
What does
Heath
that
watches
mean?
all this anime.
They just released
That's
anime deserved more resources. What is that?
That's the same studio that did Mushoku Tensei made the anime anime.
Now, what
and Heath is basically saying it was so good that the studio themselves realized that they needed more resources for it. It's like the one about Shabe's made a video.
About this show?
Yeah, you reacted to it, and I was in the kitchen when I was in Boston.
Oh, so did they come out with a season 2? Is this the one where the girl, there was something controversial?
I think I don't know. I think it's like it's like a reincarnation thing. He's reincarnated as his sister or something.
Just like I haven't seen that show we were just talking about. That's crazy. Now,
yeah, something like that.
Oh, EliteAri onto an important topic. On Sportsbet, you can do by electoral college numbers, EliteAri, and that's how we're gonna bet. That's how we're gonna get the big odds. So you can like do 20-1 odds for Kamala to win in a landslide.
What's a landslide?
Not actually a landslide because she's not gonna win in a landslide, but like 300 points. Wait, let's look this up. Joe Biden.
Wait, is this allowed? Can you have this on YouTube? I don't know. Surely you can have it on YouTube. I don't know about Twitch.
There's a bunch of football channels that do it, and we're in Australia where gambling is much more legal than the shitty United States. No, just give me the electoral map. Here we go. Oh, and you can go by state. So if you think she's going to win Florida. See, Joe won by 300. Kamala can do it, EliteAri. I believe in her.
Yep.
I wonder if there's a popular
What do we think in the
one.
chat, guys? Tell us who's gonna win the U.S. election.
So there's like swing states, EliteAri, like Georgia. Remember Destiny? He fixed the election so that they would win. Now, Kamala's probably paying like $5 to win Georgia or something. No, it's probably like $3. So we can make a lot of money here. Now Florida, EliteAri.
By believing in Destiny.
Yikes, we ain't winning Florida, EliteAri. Let's go. Now Texas would be the interesting one, EliteAri, because it gets closer every election. They say, because all the Mexicans move in and they vote for the Democrats. But, see, that's not that big.
Oh,
but if you go to, like, Oklahoma, EliteAri, 65%, that's pretty big. 50? We could win 50, EliteAri. Now we've got Wisconsin up here, EliteAri. Oh, look at that one. That one's pretty close. Wait, do we have projected? Oh, EliteAri, we're just doing research right now. This will make us both rich. I can pay for a new fucking microphone. Projected 2024 electoral map. Let's see this. Oh, can you already do this? Is this the little thing where you can... Oh, EliteAri. Oh, see these brown ones? These are the ones we're going to win money on. Pennsylvania. I know they'll vote for the great Kamala. Look, we got guaranteed ones. This one's got Kamala winning, maybe. No, not really. Now... Nevada. This map isn't as good as the other one. Where's... Anyway, EliteAri on election night, we'll do a stream and we'll just be looking at this thing over and over again. No,
I mean, I'm up for it. We'll do it, yeah.
No, well, I don't know. We got 12 hours of a Destiny VOD to watch after the fact. Also, we'll probably both be at work and be tabbed over looking at it, so... Because that's how the cookie crumbles. Last time I didn't have a goddamn job, but this time you certainly didn't. But this time we both got ones. We're very busy. The weekend's fucking over for me, EliteAri. And yours is just beginning.
Oh, mine just started, yeah. It's so great. I get 3 nights off just doing nothing, and then I get to probably work from home on Monday. So
work
good.
from home?
I mean, if I want to, I get a few days a week, if I want to.
Few days a week? You don't even actually.
It's not bad at all.
Just stream.
I got paid for the first time the other day. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't tell me the number. It was like 7,000.
Yeah, I'm just telling the YouTube audience here, Oh, I wish. My goodness.
No, there's no way it was under 7,000. Oh, taxes maybe took it down a little bit. You're a liar. Anyway, how did EliteAri grow up without music? I don't know, but he just didn't. There's a lot of weird things about this fella. His sister force femmes him into a little girl. Well, that's cute.
Is it? I don't even know what that means. I guess like his sister is like a magician or something.
Well, that's even cooler. That's just like a berserker
That's pretty crazy.
That's an AMV leader.
It's just like your name.
What's my name?
The other movie, Kimi no Nawa. Is that Nami? What the heck? What is that?
This is Nami. I don't know why she looks a little weird, but she does.
Her eyes aren't green, they're black.
I'm pretty sure they're green. Now look at this new art style, but this anime got cancelled, so what do we care? What is this? I don't know.
Spoilers, I didn't mention your point about like you saw the thumbnails and they were wearing red in their like outfits or whatever, and you got turned off. That's such a what an interesting point, because obviously
they're blue.
I feel like everyone probably feels that, right? Well, no, that's not what I mean. You made a similar point when it came to the Berserk movie at some point, which is like, or maybe I made it and then you copied me or something, but I feel like you made it first, which is that you see Griffith and Guts in their like formal outfit during that one dance scene or whatever when he's dancing with Casca. And it's so weird, isn't it? Like, it's so bright and colorful and like weird.
Well, I remember hating the Casca dress because in one of them it's pink. I don't remember if it's the movie or the 97 thing, but that annoyed me about the dance scene. When it's obviously white.
To me, it's strange. They're like, yeah, exactly. I mean, for me, it's just like all the colors there are just weird, but you get over it when you watch it. And forever, the uniforms in Heavenly Illusion are just like red, or they have like red eccentric ends or something or whatever.
But like Shirokei's hair is never going to be green.
I mean, it is though.
No.
Oh my god, that means
red.
That means Tatsumaki from One Punch Man is probably inspired by her, right? Surely, because they both have green hair. They're both like
mages,
witches or whatever. Yeah.
Shirokei's a little One Punch Man is 2010s, even at the earliest, right?
Yeah.
Because Shirokei's probably like 2003-ish when she's introduced. No, it might be
one's a little girl and one's a 27-year-old big sister or something, so I guess that's just different,
True. Shirokei's a little girl and she's got a little boyfriend. He's a little boy, because we respect consent in Berserk. Anyway, I got the second battery warning like a minute ago, EliteAri. What are you doing out here? So you streaming? We going straight to your stream?
Yeah, probably. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
I was joking. I got Heavenly Delusion to read. What do you think?
It's true. Yeah.
What are you thinking? All right, audience. What a great stream. I'm going to be rich. Going to be surpassing EliteAri and YouTube subscribers any moment because of this great video. Until they all... How's EliteAri? What are you talking about? Fuck you. Anyway.
You should have saved it to the end.
Well, that's how I did my notes, EliteAri, and that's me poke my tongue at you. Anyway, get the fuck out of here.
Are we still streaming? Okay.